This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Rambam, in the beginning of Halakhot Chametz ומצה, is listing the mitzvot that are involved with laws of Pesach, the laws of Chametz, Matzah, during Pesach. And altogether we have 8 mitzvot. 5 out of them, they are considered mitzvot lo ta'aseh. And 3 are mitzvot aseh. We're going to try to read these halachot, these mitzvot, and understand them. Rambam, starting with the isur of אכילת חמץ, שלא לאכול חמץ ביום 14 מחצות היום ולמעלה. Not to eat חמץ on Erev Pesach, the day before Pesach. This year it's Friday. Pesach this year falls on Shabbat. So Friday night it's Leil HaSeder. Thursday night it's Leil Bedikat Chametz. On Friday, Chatzot Hayom, from midday and on, there is Isur Deoraita not to eat Chametz. It's a separated Isur from the Isur of Chametz during Pesach. That's a Isur applied for Erev Pesach. There is a mahloket, what type of Isur we have. Rambam holds it's Isur lo ta'aseh. We're learning that from the pasuk, lo tochal alav Chametz. Lo tochal alav, who are we talking about? Korban Pesach. Do not eat Chametz on Korban Pesach. Korban Pesach has been served on Erev Pesach from midday and on. That's the time they used to serve Korban Pesach. They used to bring it into Beit HaMikdash, slaughter the Korban, and bring from the blood of the Korban and the Halev and the Aliyah to the Mizbeach. The rest of it they took out and they roasted it in a special oven. This oven was made wide on the bottom and narrow on top. They used to put the animal after they took the skin off, they washed it, they prepared it, they cleaned it, they put it on a stick, on a wood stick, actually rimonim, pomegranate stick. Why? Because the idea is, the Torah says, אל תאכלו ממנו נע ובשל מבושל במים, כי אם צלי אש, ראשו על קרעיו ועל קרבו. Do not eat it cooked, not in the pot, not in water, and not raw. You have to eat it tzeli esh. What is it tzeli esh? It has to be roasted by the fire. If it's roasted by the grill, it's not good. It has to be roasted by the fire. And therefore they took a stick made out of wood. If you take a metal stick to put it on, the metal gets hot from the fire, and the metal will cook the meat. So the meat that's attached to the metal will be cooked by the metal. That's not going to be tzali esh, that's going to be posel. Korban Pesach שניצלה מחרסו של תנור, קולפו. If it was touching the wall of the oven, so the wall of the oven is also very hot. So now the wall of the oven caused this piece of meat to be cooked. You have to take it off. You can't eat this one. You can eat this piece. Why? Torah says tzeli esh. Tzeli esh. So you're roasting it in a wide oven, so it's not going to touch the walls of the oven. And you put it on a wood stick, and you let the fire was on the bottom. The fire is roasting the meat. That's called tzeli esh. And on the night of the Seder, you eat kazait from this korban. That's the mitzvah of the Torah, korban Pesach. So the time of slaughtering the korban starts on Erev Pesach from midday until sunset. That's the time. We have about 6 hours to finish the shechita of the korban.
Weren't there millions of Jews going there?
What?
Weren't there millions of Jews coming to Yerushalayim? They had time they all combined together to make one korban maybe? Or how did they have time for everybody to do the korban?
Yeah, one korban is good for many families.
Right.
So many families used to gather on one korban. איש לפי אוכלו תחוסו על עשה. So במכסת נפשות, ולקחו איש סלע בית אבות סלע בית, בית אבות, it's a few families together gathering, נמנים על עשה. They have to be part of this. Yeah, before the shechita, they have to register as a group on this korban, and then they're sending the korban with someone that he's going to be the one who's going into Azara to do the shechita over there inside Beit HaMikdash. They did it in 3 shifts. First shift was, the Azara was packed, they were locking the doors, they used to say Hallel, while they do the shechita of the korban. Kohanim used to take from the blood, serve it to the mizbeach, hadam ve'achele ve'aliyah. The rest of the korban, you take out of Bet HaMikdash, and everyone built their ovens, and they did this tzali in the oven, prepared it for the night, and at night they used to eat the meat. If Yom Tov is on a weekday, so you can roast the meat on the Leila Seder itself. But a year like this, that it's Erev Shabbat, you can roast the meat on Shabbat, so you got to prepare it before. So most of the korban was eaten by the group of the people that was registered on the korban before shechita. That's what the Mishnah says. Pesach no ne'echal ela limnuyav. What's menuyav? Menuyav, those are the registered that they gathered together before the shechita, nimnim ala korban, and then they can eat from this korban. If somebody is going to try to join to the group after shechita, he cannot do so. It's too late. So, this is the mitzvah, shechitat korban, the beginning when they started to do shechita after Hatzot. Since that's the time of korban Pesach, and the Torah says, Lo tochal alav chametz. Do not eat chametz while you're starting to do the korban. So we're learning from this pasuk that we're not allowed to eat chametz on Erev Pesach, the day before Pesach, from midday and on. That's called already, according to Rambam, isur lo ta'aseh. That's called isur lo ta'aseh. Harav disagree with Rambam. He says it's not lo ta'aseh, since the mahloket Tanaim actually. Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon, Pesachim Kafhet. Rabbi Yehuda says 3 times in the Torah says lo tochal hametz. One is isur of hametz during Pesach. One is isur hametz before Pesach, Erev Pesach mechatzot hayom. And one is isur hametz she'avar alav Pesach. Hametz shel Israel she'avar alav Pesach. After Pesach, if you have left hametz in your house, in your possessions, during Pesach, this hametz is asur after Pesach, min Torah, according to Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Shimon disagree with Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Shimon says, אין איסור חמץ מן התורה אלא בפסח עצמו. Only during Pesach there is איסור תורה. But before Pesach and after Pesach there is no איסור תורה. Now, מחלוקת הרמב"ם על הרעב"ד, how we pasking הלכה. הרעב"ד says, הלכה כרבי שמעון. הלכה כרבי שמעון completely. Rabbi Shimon said there is no איסור לא תעשה, only during Pesach you have איסור לא תעשה. Before and after, the hametz is permitted from the Torah. After Pesach, hametz she'avar alav Pesach, we know if a person have left hametz in his house and is doing Pesach, this hametz is asur be'ana'ah. Kenasau de kanis Rabbi Shimon, says the Gemara. It's asur de Rabbanan. Min Torah it's mutar, min Torah it's permitted. Only Chachamim decree not to eat such hametz after Pesach. So, Erev Pesach also, Rabbi Shimon holds Erev Pesach also, hametz is not asur midoraita, only with the Rabbanan. Ra'avat says halacha k'Rabbi Shimon. Rambam says whatever Gemara told us halacha k'Rabbi Shimon, only regarding the hametz after Pesach, but regarding the hametz before Pesach, halacha k'Rabbi Yehuda. Since Rava says that hametz asur be'arev Pesach, lo tochal alav hametz, we're learning from this pasuk korban Pesach, as we just explained. So therefore, on this prat halacha k'Rabbi Yehuda. Upaskin halacha k'Rabbi Shimon regarding hametz after Pesach. Halacha k'Rabbi Yehuda regarding hametz before Pesach. That's a Rambam's opinion. Even according to Harav, there is still mitzvah aseh, as we're going to learn soon. That's the second mitzvah that the Rambam is listing. Le'ashbit se'or marba'asar. What does it mean? Beside of the isur of lo ta'aseh, not to eat the hametz on Erev Pesach, there is mitzvah aseh min haTorah le'ashbit. Ach bayom harishon tashbitu se'or mebatechem. Gemara learns Bayom HaRishon cannot be the first day of Pesach itself, since the Torah already said Shiv'at Yamim Se'or lo yimatzeh bevatechem. Full 7 days you cannot have any Se'or in your possessions. So must be Bayom HaRishon. What Rishon are we talking about? HaRishon means HaKodem, the day before Pesach. What should you do? Tashbitu. Tashbitu, it means to nullify, to cancel, to destroy the hametz. How do we fulfill this mitzvah? Or before how? When is this mitzvah supposed to be fulfilled? We're learning that it's supposed to be the day before Pesach. But when during the day, when? Beginning of the day, the end of the day, the middle of the day, comes the word in the pasuk says, Ach, bayom harishon. Ach, hilek. The word Ach divided the day to 2. The first part of the day, the hametz is permitted. The second part of the day, the hametz is asur. So from the morning till midday, hametz is mutar, min haTorah. and from Hatzot Hayom and on, the Chametz is asur min Torah. That's one way to learn that. The second way to learn that, we just read the pasuk, lo tochal alav chametz, cannot eat chametz, or lo tishhat al chametz dam zevhid, the pasuk says. Lo tishhat, korban Pesach, do not slaughter the korban Pesach al chametz. You should not have chametz while you slaughtering the korban Pesach. So gotta be the tashbitu must be done before you slaughtering the korban. So before Hatzot, a little bit before midday, you should notify the chametz, you should cancel the chametz to fulfill this mitzvah of tashbitu, and then when you're slaughtering the korban, you don't have already chametz. Now, we learn from this pasuk, this mitzvah ta'aseh, this mitzvah it's called tashbitu. How do we fulfill the mitzvah of tashbitu? That's a mahloket also. A Rambam says tashbitu means to consider the chametz like the dust of the earth. That's chametz, that's bitul, that's called bitul chametz. And Gvriel explains us that you can do that even in your heart. Mevatelo belibo v'dayo. Even in your heart, if you said it in your heart, you didn't even say it verbally, you didn't took the words out of your mouth, but you said it in your heart, that you're considering the chametz like the dust of the earth, you're fulfilling the mitzvah of tashbitu. You're supposed to, min Torah, that's supposed to be done before midday, a little bit before midday. A minute, 2 minutes before midday, you're nullifying the chametz, you're considering it the dust of the earth, you're fulfilling mitzvah tashbitu. That's a Rambam. Haran and Rabbeinu Tam both have a different opinion how we are doing mitzvah tashbitu, not considering it like the dust, but doing hefker. You're abandoning the chametz. You are taking it out of your possessions by abandoning it, by saying that you are mafkir, and anyone who wants to come and take it, it's free. It's free of ownership. Yeah, that's what hefker is. Hefker is the free of ownership. You're taking your ownership away from this assets, and then whoever wants to come and take it for himself is permitted to do so. You can do it in anything you have. You can do it on your watch, on your suit, on anything. You can take it out and say that's hefker. So by abandoning it, by mafkir the chametz, you're fulfilling of the mitzvah of tashbitu. Now, the Ran is asking very strong questions against this. Not against, but is asking on this shita. Very strong questions. First of all, on financials, if somebody is going to do a hefker in his heart, is that going to be good enough? Here the Torah says, how you are fulfilling mitzvah tashbitu? In your heart. Mevatelo belibo v'dayo. It's enough to cancel the chametz in your heart. If a person is going to bend his watch, he's going to be mafkir his watch in his heart, is that going to be hefker? You got to say it, you got to take it out. Also, here, you're doing the hefker and the chametz still in your possessions. Another thing, usually how do you do hefker? You take 3 people, Gemara says you should have to do hefker in front of 3 people, and you say in front of them, Are ze hefker. This is hefker. Now, whoever wants to take it can take it. But here, Chametz, do you do it in front of 3 people? Doesn't have, nobody told us you have to have 3 people when you do bitul Chametz. Another question is asked Haran. There is Rabbi Yosef's opinion in the Gemara, who says, Hefker areu kematana. It's like a gift. A gift, מתנה, מתי באה לרשות, מתי יוצאת מרשות נותן? כשבאה לרשות מקבל. When is the מתנה, when is the gift got out from the possession of the person who gives it? By the second, the מקבל accepted it. When it comes to the רשות of the מקבל, then it got out from the רשות of the נותן. Says Rabbi Yosef, that's the same hefker. You know when hefker, the ownership is gone, when the ownership of the first owner is been removed, only after someone else took ownership on this. If someone else got it for himself, then the first owner doesn't consider is not the owner anymore. As long nobody took it, it's still considered his. That's Rabbi Yossef's opinion. So now what do you do Erev Pesach? You take a Chametz and you say, Arei ze hefker. Who goes and gets it? Who's zoche in this Chametz? Nobody's zoche in this Chametz. On Erev Pesach somebody goes to collect this Chametz, nobody collects it. That's abandoned, nobody wants to take it. If nobody takes it, according to Rabbi Yosef, it's still under the ownership of the first owner. So how you been removing the Chametz? How you been nullifying the Chametz? How you doing mitzvah tashbitu? That's the questions Haran asking on this shita. And Aran is metaretz. Aran says, what we said we need 3 people to do Hefker, it's only midirabanan. Min Torah Hefker has to be done in front of 3 people. You can do the Hefker with other 3 people. And all the other questions, Haran explains this way. There is a Gemara. Gemara says, שני דאמר רבי אליעזר, שני דברים אינם ברשותו של אדם. ועשאן הכתוב, כאילו הן ברשותו, להתחייב עליהם. ואלו הן, בור ברשות הרבים, וחמץ בפסח. רבי אליעזר says, these 2 things in the Torah, it's not considered belong to the person. It's not belong to the person. And the Torah consider it like it's belong to the person as regarding their responsibilities. What are these 2 things? בור ברשות הרבים וחמץ בפסח. What is it, בור ברשות הרבים? Torah says, כי יפתח איש בור או כי יכרה איש בור. If a person digs a pit, a hole in the ground in the middle of a public domain, yeah, כי יפתח איש בור או כי יכרה איש בור, either he's digging the hole or it was exist and covered and he came and opened it, he took away the cover, he removed the cover, ונפל שם שור או חמור. If a donkey or ox fell into this בור, שלם ישלם בעל הבור. The person who opens it, he's supposed to pay for the damages that was done. שלם, and the pasuk says, who's משלם? Who's supposed to pay? בעל הבור. The Torah made him the owner of this בור. He opened the בור in a public domain, and he becomes the owner? Since when is the owner? He's going to go to the city, he's going to say, this is my private place now. I'm going to build the Twin Towers over here. He dig the hole and he's going to build a big residential building on this hole. Yeah, he becomes the owner by digging the hole. So why the Torah calls him Ba'al HaBor? Lithayev. Only for the responsibilities. It's not his. He can't sell it. He can't use it. He can't build on it. But he's responsible for any damages that this bor is going to cause in Reshut HaRabim. So that's why it's called Ba'al HaBor. Chametz b'Pesach, it's not yours. Why? Because doing Pesach, Chametz, it's not only asur ba'achila, Chametz is also asur ba'ana'ah. We cannot eat the Chametz, and we cannot have any benefit from the Chametz. We cannot sell it. We cannot give it as a gift. We can't give it to the animals. Even animals that are not yours, according to many of the poskim, you can't give it to them. Even to the birds, you can't give it to them Pesach. Why? Asur ba'ana'ah. You're giving it to the birds, you have satisfaction. You feel good. Baruch Hashem, at least it wasn't wasted. The birds enjoyed from it. So that's called ana'ah also. And that's asur ba'ana'ah. So what way is yours? How do you consider it yours? You can't eat it, you can't sell it, you can't give it, you can't have any benefit from it, and it's yours? So truly the Chametz is not yours. It's not mine. The Chametz is not mine. So how come I'm over on lo yira'eh v'lo yimatzeh? If a person keeps Chametz in his possessions doing Pesach, that's part of the list over here, is doing 2 isurim. Lo yira'eh v'lo yimatzeh. A person should not see the Chametz and should not have the Chametz in his possessions. But it's not mine. The Torah says, lo yira'eh lecha. Says the Gemara, lecha shelcha yataro. If it's yours, you're not allowed to see it. You're not allowed to have it in your possessions. But if it's not yours, you can keep it in your house. If a guy left Chametz in your house, you don't have to destroy it. If you're not responsible for it, you don't have to burn it before Pesach. You don't have to remove it from your possessions before Pesach. You have a chadamet, do you have a maid? Do you have a clean lady? Huh? Some people have a live-in. Yeah? She keeps food in the house. Yeah? During Pesach, she comes to your house with a pizza. Do you have to take a hammer on her head and tell her, get out of my house with the pizza? Huh? Or you can ignore it and let her stay in your house and eat the pizza. Tell her, don't eat it on my table. I'm eating, I want my table to be free of Chametz. But if she has a room, let's say, she lives in a basement, she has a room, and she takes the pizza and she goes to her room to eat it during Pesach. Do you need to say anything to her? No. But it's in your house. Chametz comes to your house during Pesach. What's the answer? It's not mine. What did Torah forbid for me? to have my chametz in my possessions. לא יראה לך. What's לך? לך means שלך. If it's yours, you're not allowed to see it. If it's yours, you're not allowed to have it. But if it's others, if it belongs to a goy, if it belongs to someone else, it's not my problem. I don't care that it's come to my house. I don't care that it's left in my house before Pesach. I don't care if it comes into my house during Pesach. It's not asur. So what are you telling me now? That the Chametz before Pesach, it's already asur ba'achila. On Erev Pesach, according to Rambam, from Chatzot hayom and on, Chametz asur ba'achila and asur ba'ana'ah. If it's asur ba'achila and asur ba'ana'ah, this Chametz, it's not mine. If it's not mine, why am I over on lo yireh v'lo yimatzeh? It's not mine. עשאו הכתוב כאילו הוא ברשותו להתחייב עליו. The Torah consider it like it's yours. Like if it's yours. For what? To give you responsibilities. For the punishment. For the isur of lo yireh v'lo yimatzeh. For that. For that purpose it's yours. Truly it's not yours. Because it's asur ba'achila v'asur ba'ana'ah. But the Torah made you responsible for it. Get rid of it before Pesach. Don't leave it. Don't keep it. Get rid of it. It's not really mine. It's כאילו mine. So I can do כאילו הפקר. If it's not exactly mine, the Torah just made it, it's to consider it like it's mine, in order to be mechayev me on isur of lo yireh v'lo yimatzeh. So it's enough that I'm megale da'ati. I'm making it clear and obvious that I'm not interested in this zechut. By saying that this chametz is hefker, although according to Dinei Mamonot, it's not a regular hefker. That's not how you mafkir. If a person is going to say on his watch, הרי זה כעפרה דהרה, that's going to be עפרה דהרה. That's going to be hefker. That's not going to be hefker. That's not how you mafkir. On chametz, what do you say? כעפרה דהרה. כעפרה דהרה, that's hefker. But here, the truth is, it's not really mine. So why do I need to do hefker? Just to be megale da'at. Just to show, to make it clear and obvious to myself and to everyone else that I'm not interested in this zechut that the Torah wants to give me in order to be hayav. I don't want it. I don't want this chametz. I'm not interested in this chametz. Once you said it, once you made it clear, you made a statement like this, even if you said it just in your heart, that's good enough, and you're not over on lo yireh and lo yimatzeh. That's the answer the Ran gives to this, to explain the opinion of Rabbeinu Tam in his shita, that hashbata, tashbitu, mitzvat, aseh min haTorah tashbitu. How do you do mitzvat tashbitu? By bending the chametz, by being mafkir the chametz. But Rambam disagree with this shita, and Rabbeinu Manuach explains the Rambam that if a person is mafkir, the chametz is not yotzei yedei chova, especially if the chametz is still in his possessions. Why? there is a הלכה, דיני ממונות, חצרו של אדם המשתמרת קונה לו, אפילו שלא לדעתו. חצרו של אדם, if anything came into your חצר, into your possession, into your yard, yeah? And it's חצר המשתמרת, it's surrounded with borders, and it's protected, yeah? It's yours. If it came from the hefker, it's yours. So now it's a hefker. You did a hefker, but where is this hefker? This hefker is in your hatzer. It's in your house. If it's in your house is koneh for you. Becomes yours again. And therefore, says Rabbeinu Manuach, it's not going to be enough to do hefker. So what you have to do? You have to nullify it. You have to cancel it. You have to consider it like it's the dust of the earth, that it's completely not needed for you, and it's being completely not important, and that's called bitul chametz. That's called mitzvat tashbitu, according to Harambam. So tashbitu means, to nullify, to cancel. And how do you do that? By considering it like it's dust, like it's afar haaretz, ka'afar haaretz. And Chachamim came and told us, don't just say it in your heart, say it in your mouth. And we have this text, נוסח, כל חמירה דאיכא ברשותי, דחזיתי, דלה חזיתי, דביערתי ודלה ביערתי, לבתי ולהווה, כעפרה דהרה. What do we say over here? כל חמירה, חמירה, it's in Aramaic, chametz. Chametz and שיעור. Both of them are called חמירה. דאיכא ברשותי, that it is in my possessions. דחזיתי means that I saw it. דלה חזיתי, I didn't see it. The bi'arte means I took it out, I destroyed it. The la bi'arte, I did not remove it, I did not destroy it. Livtil, it should be cancelled. Veleheve, and considered ka'afra da'ara, like the dust of the earth. That's the nusach of bitul hametz that we do. And everyone's supposed to understand that. If a person says it and he doesn't understand that, so although bitul balev is good, but bitul bapeh only if just he's saying words and he doesn't understand what he's saying, he thinks maybe he's making a segula for parnasa, an Erev Pesach. So it's not Yotzei Yedei Chova. That's not bitul. Bitul understands that he's mevatel the hametz, that he's cancelling the hametz. That's a bitul. So therefore, a person should say it in a language that he understands. If you understand English, should take a sidur in English, say it in English. Russian, should say it in Russian. Bukharian, should say it in Bukharian. Any language he understands, you should use the language he understands to nullify the hametz. Otherwise, he's not fulfilling this mitzvah properly. If he doesn't understand that he's doing bitul hametz, for sure he's not mekayem the mitzvah at all. Therefore, this mitzvah, midirabanan, to say it in your mouth. Also midirabanan, Chachamim mumetaken to do this bitul at night. To do bedikat hametz, או ל-14 בודקים את החמץ לאור הנר. אמר רב יהודה אמר יהודה אמר רב, הבודק צריך שיבטל. And after בדיקה, after you finish בדיקת חמץ, מדרבנן you should do ביטול now. Do the השבתה now. Don't wait for the next day. Don't wait till Erev Pesach before Hatzot. Why? Maybe in the middle of the day you're going to forget. Nothing reminds you in the middle of the day to do ביטול חמץ. Now you're still dealing with בדיקת חמץ. You are at the mitzvah. Don't let go. Finish it. You finish the bedika, after you search for the hametz, you finish bedika, now you should do the bitul. Right after the bedika, you do bitul. Usually the bitul of the night, we say, kol hamirat de la hazite. The hametz that they didn't see. Why? Because you're still going to eat. Maybe you're going to eat supper after bedikat hametz, and you want to eat hametz still. The next morning you still you're allowed to eat hametz the first 4 hours of the day. If you're going to say that you mevatel all the hametz and then you eat the hametz, that started the satr. You're contradicting yourself. You say that it's like the dust of the earth. And then what do? You eat it. The pasuk says, V'nahash afar lahmo. A snake eats dust. He eats afar. The person eats afar. How come you eat afar? You didn't really mean it. It's not really bitul. So therefore the bitul of the night should be the lahazite. Any hametz that I didn't found, any hametz that I didn't see, I'm cancelling, I'm nullifying it, I'm considering it like the dust of the earth. But the hametz that I saw, the hametz that I still keep, I'm not mevatel this hametz yet. During the day, it's good to do another bitul. And usually we do it after serifah. First we're burning the hametz. Why are we burning the hametz? So since we want to be mekayem the mitzvah of bi'ur hametz, according to all of the opinions. There is a mahloket, Rabbi Akiva and Chachamim. How do you do bi'ur hametz? Rabbi Yehuda also. Rabbi Yehuda says, "En bi'ur hametz ela b'srefa." Rabbi Akiva says, "En bi'ur hametz ela b'srefa." You have to burn it in a fire in order to fulfill the mitzvah of bi'ur hametz. Chachamim says, "Af mefarero v'zoreh laruach o zorko layam." Even if you take it apart and you throw it to the wind blows it and sprays it all over, that's also bi'ur hametz. You fulfill the mitzvah. Or you throw it to the sea. You're also fulfilling the mitzvah. We want to do bi'ur hametz according to all of the opinions. So therefore we take in the hametz and we burn it in a fire. We're doing it during the day, after the 4th hour of the day, or you can do it during in the beginning of the day, before the hametz is asur. While hametz is still mutar. Mutar be'ana'ah. I'm taking the hametz and burn it. It's my hametz, still mutar be'ana'ah at least, I can burn it. I'm burning my hametz. If it's already asur be'ana'ah, it's not yours. You still need to be meva'ir, you still need to burn it, even if it's not yours. Because if you're going to keep it, then you're going to be aver on lo yireh v'lo yimatzeh. When Pesach is going to come, lo yireh v'lo yimatzeh. Isur lo yireh v'lo yimatzeh is only doing Pesach. It's not before Pesach. It's only doing Pesach. That's Harambam here. When Harambam is counting the mitzvot of lo yireh v'lo yimatzeh, shelo yireh hametz kol shiv'ah. Shelo yimatzeh hametz kol shiv'ah. The whole 7 days you shouldn't have hametz. You shouldn't eat hametz. Yeah? But before Pesach, although the hametz is already asur ba'achila and asur ba'ana'ah, but you're not over on lo yireh v'lo yimatzeh. That metaret shitat Rambam from Kushet Ravad later on. Ravad later is asking against Rambam. How come Rambam saying that on Erev Pesach over lo yireh v'lo yimatzeh? says the Harav Magid. If a Ravad were looking carefully and introductory of Rambam to this halachot, he wouldn't ask on a Rambam, because the Rambam says it clearly. The Isur of Lo Erev Lo V'Matza, it's only doing Pesach. So now, if a person didn't do Bitul Chametz before the Chametz is Asur, and he still have Chametz in his possessions, the only way out of the Isur of Lo Erev Lo V'Matza is to burn it, to destroy it completely now. So, by destroying the Chametz, before it's Asur, before it's Pesach itself, it's not Over Lo Erev Lo V'Matza. That's the Rabbanan to do the Bitul during the day. The Rabbanan we do two Bitulim actually. The first Bitul we do during the night, after Bedikat Chametz, and then during the day we do another Bitul. Min Torah was enough to do one Bitul Min Torah. Before the Chametz is Asur, a little bit before Chatzot, you do Bitul Chametz. But the Rabbanan is to do it during the night after Bedikat Chametz, because you're dealing with Bedikah, finish it with the Bitul, and then the Minhag is to do another Bitul after we burn the Chametz during the day, we do a second Bitul.
The burning during the day is in the 6th or in the 7th hour? Between Rashi and Taisus, how do we pass?
Burning it on the 5th hour.
5th hour?
Yeah, 5th hour that Chametz still mutar be'ana'ah, then you burn the Chametz.
And there's a Rabbeinu Tam sheet that it should be burnt when it's Asur.
Yeah, the Chametz is Asur now, the Chametz is Asur be'achila. That's regarding Teruma. Over there, what you're talking about, it's regarding Teruma, Terumah, Teorah. But regular Chametz you can burn any time. There's no restrictions. But you should do it before the Chametz is Asur be'ana'ah. That's according to all of the opinions. It must be done before it's Asur be'ana'ah. Why? Yeah, because once it's Asur be'ana'ah, you're not burning your Chametz. You're not fulfilling mitzvah tashbitu by burning the Chametz.
It has to be Asur be'achila.
Yeah, that's for Teruma. Yeah, that's Teruma. You can burn it before. It's not an issue to burn it before. To burn it early. Yeah, you can do it on the 3rd hour also. But you don't have to. You should do it the latest on the 5th hour, before the 6th hour, because by the 6th hour the Chametz is Asur be'ana'ah, midrabbanan. By the 7th it's Asur mideoraita. Yeah, mechatzot hayom it's Asur mideoraita. On Erev Pesach you have 3 levels of Yisurim. The day is divided to 3. The first 4 hours of the day the Chametz is permitted completely. You can eat it. And then there is 1 hour that the Chametz is mutar be'hana'ah, but Asur be'achila midrabbanan. That's the 5th hour. The 5th hour you cannot eat the Chametz, but you still can benefit. You can sell it, you can give it to an animal or to a goy. On the 6th hour, the Chametz is Asur be'achila and hana'ah midrabbanan, and from mid then on, it's Asur be'achila and hana'ah mideoraita. So now, we want to fulfill the mitzvah of Bitul Chametz by burning it to fulfill the mitzvah according to all of the opinions, and therefore we're burning the Chametz before it's Asur. Before it's Asur, at least it's mutar be'ana'ah for us. If it's mutar be'ana'ah, it's still mine. I'm not allowed to eat it, but I can sell it, so it's mine. I can fulfill the mitzvah of Bitul Chametz in my Chametz. And therefore, the latest, we always say the latest of Bi'ur Chametz, it's by the end of the 5th hour. By the end of 5th hour, you're counting the hours from the beginning of the day. This is a mahloket how you're counting the hours. If you're counting from Alot HaShahar, or you're counting from Netzach Hama, the minhag on Erev Pesach is to be mahmir, to count the hours from Alot HaShahar. You're counting the hours from Alot HaShahar, so the 5th hour since from Alot HaShahar, and the Sha'ot Zemaniyot, it's a long hour. On Erev Pesach, Alot HaShahar, it's about 4:40 in the morning. Because Netzach Hama, it's 6:12 if I...
No, 6:12 is later.
Netzach
Hama is about 7 o'clock now.
No, on Erev Pesach.
Erev Pesach.
Erev Pesach, it's going to be 6:12. So I think it's 6:12. If you have a calendar, you can check. You have a calendar? You can check. 6:12, it's Netzach Hama. So Alot HaShahar, it's about an hour and a half beforehand. Yeah? About. I'm not saying out the minutes. So about 4:45, that's the time of Alot HaShahar. Counting the hours from 4:45 until Tzet HaKochavim, it's about 8 o'clock, 8 something. So you have 15 hours a day, 15 plus, maybe 15 and a half. Yeah? So each hour gets extra 15 minutes. So each hour it's about 75 minutes. So even if you're counting the hours from let's say 4:40, yeah, and you have by 8:40 it's regular 4 hours. Add 15 minutes to each hour, it's another hour, so it's 9:40, and you have another half an hour, so you add another couple of minutes there. So about 9:45, it's already the latest you can eat the Chametz. Yeah, about 9:45. It's a little bit early this year. What?
6:11.
6:11. It's the Netzach over here. I think I checked in Brooklyn. It's 6:12. In Queens, it's a minute early usually. Yeah. And sunset. When is sunset that day? 7:35. 7:36. 7:38. 39. 7:39. So you have from 6:12 to 7:39. You have that's the shaot of Netzach Hama. Yeah, that's the shaot of the Shemesh. That's a little less. Before we counted the shaot from Alot HaShachar to Tzidach Kochavim. But if you're counting from Netzach Hama till Shkiat Hama, from sunrise to sunset, so from 6:12 till 7:39, it's 13 hours and a half. Yeah, minus 3 minutes. Yeah, minus 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So let's say 13 and a half. 13 and a half, you add 7.5 minutes per minute. So counting from 6:12, you're going to get to 10:12. It's regular 4 hours. Add 7 times 4, it's 28 minutes, and a little bit more. So let's say 30 minutes. Yeah. So from 10:12 by 10:40, yeah, that's the latest you should eat Chametz according to this shita. Yeah, if you're counting the hours from Netzach Hama, so you have a little bit more time. You have till 10:30, 10:40 to eat a Chametz. Add another hour, that's the 5th hour. So from 10:30 till 11:40, about 11:35, that's the latest you should burn the Chametz. But we go to Humrah. What do? We take the earlier time. We're starting to count the hours from Alot HaShachar. Erev Pesach because of Chametz. Although regarding other inyanim in the Torah, we're counting the hours from Netzach Hama. Regarding Tefillat Shacharit, if a person asks me on a regular day, until when I can pray Shacharit, b'di'avad, there's 4 hours, until when I can pray Shacharit. I will tell him, even in Chatahila, you can pray until the 4th hours, count the hours from Netzach Hama. So counting the hours from 6:12 till 10:12, add the extra minutes that we have per hour. Yeah, we said about 7 minutes per hour. So we counted 7 minutes times 4. It's 28 minutes. Add this to 6:12. What are we holding? 10:40. You can pray Shacharit till 10:40. But on Chametz, I'm going to tell them, be mahmir. Go to Alot HaShachar. Count the hours from Alot HaShachar. Alot HaShachar, it's Sha'ah v'chomesh before Netzach Hama. But this Sha'ah v'chomesh in New York, it's a little bit longer. We have about 8 minutes more to Alot HaShachar. So if you count the regular Sha'ah v'chomesh zemaniyot, so it's going to be about 10 to 5. But add the extra minutes that we need because of New York, so it's about 20 minutes before 4 o'clock. Yeah, before 5 o'clock. 4:40. So that's why they say before 4:40. If you're counting the hours from 4:40, and you have about 15 hours, 15 and a half hours the whole day, so you have 75 minutes and another 30 minutes divided by 12. What do you get? Another about two more minutes per hour. Yeah. So it's 17 minutes extra. So if you're counting that from Alot HaShachar, you would get from 4:40 till 8:40. That's a regular 4 hours. 15 minutes times 4, it's another hour. We said before it's 9:40, but you have a little bit more. Yeah, we just did 17 minutes. So add the 2 minutes times 4, so it's about 9:45 times 4. 2 minutes times 4. So then we got to 9:40. So it's going to be 9:48 now. Yeah, that's going to be the latest of Achilat Chametz. and then add on top of it another hour, which is also an hour, 75 minutes, 77 minutes after. So that's about 11. 11 more. 11, 2 minutes, 11, 5 minutes. That's going to be the latest of burning the Chametz. Obviously, it's much earlier than counting the hours from Netzach Hama. But because of Chametz, because it's Chametz and Chametz is Hamur, so we mahmir on Chametz, we do the Humrah. On Shacharit, I will tell you, take the latest 4 shahot, yeah? Count from Netzach Hama. Even for Kriyat Shema, because Kriyat Shema we have also Sefek Sveka, but on Chametz we go to Humrah. So here we go. We have on Erev Pesach the mitzvah of Bitul Chametz. Min Torah it was enough to do it before Hatzot, but Midei Rabbanan I'm doing it after Bedikat Chametz, during the night time, and then after burning the Chametz during the day, I'm doing it again to nullify, to cancel the Chametz that I left, even if I saw it, even if I destroyed it, I'm cancelling all the Chametz. The other issue over here, says the Rambam, שלא לאכול חמץ כל שבעה. Besides the issue not to eat Chametz on Erev Pesach, there is another issue not to eat Chametz during Pesach. And there is a difference on the Humrah of the issue. During Pesach, if a person eats Chametz, חייב כרת. כי כל אוכל חמץ מיום הראשון עד יום השביעי, עד יום ה-21. During the 7 days of Pesach, there is איסור כרת. But during the 6 hours before Pesach, it's only איסור לאו. It's לא תעשה מן התורה, או איסור עשה, הכל נתוארה עבד. But there is no כרת. הכל מודים שאין כרת בערב פסח. The איסור of כרת, it's only during Pesach itself. That's the איסור of כרת. And then שלא לאכול תערובת חמץ כל שבעה. We have a specific איסור on the mixture of חמץ. And that's maybe a שיעור by itself. We're supposed to say, maybe we'll talk about it next week. תערובת חמץ. What is it exactly תערובת חמץ, which is אסור מן התורה? What is it תערובת חמץ אסור מדי רבנן? Also regarding תערובת חמץ, regarding לא ייראה ולא ימצא. On what תערובת we have the איסור of לא ייראה ולא ימצא. Do we have את האיסור לא ייראה ולא ימצא תערובת חמץ? בלי נדר, we'll speak about this next week. We have איסור לא ייראה ולא ימצא. The other mitzvah is לאכול מצה בליל הפסח. That's מצוות עשה מן התורה, to eat מצה on ליל הסדר. And the other mitzvah is לספר ביציאת מצרים, באותו הלילה, to tell the story of יציאת מצרים during ליל הסדר. So altogether we have 8 mitzvot related to Pesach, starting from Erev Pesach, not to eat Chametz before Pesach, during the 6 hours prior to Pesach, until ליל הסדר, including the mitzvah of אכילת מצה and יציאת מצרים. יהיה רצון שנזכה שהקדוש ברוך הוא יקיים בנו כי מצאתך מארץ מצרים מראינו נפלאות, נזכה לגאולה השלמה במהרה בימינו, אמן ואמן.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.